now joined by Nets forward Rondae, Hollis, Jefferson. Rondae, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
How you doing, man?
Appreciate it. I'm good.
I'm good. I'm getting ready to help you. Slide up in your chair.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, you're a big, tall guy. All right. Slide on up here. Put your arms up on the table. I'm going to put a pen in front of you. All right. Yeah, there you go. Because eventually...
We gave you some stats. They're Odell stats, but don't you worry about that. Just say numbers.
And this is a guy, if people don't live in New York and weren't watching a ton of Nets games this year, that we were talking about this off the air. If not for Victor Oladipo, who's probably going to run away with it, Rondae Hollis Jefferson would be one of the leading candidates for League's Most Improved Player. Really nice jump in year 3 for a team that was better than a lot of people thought. So we really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, man.
Nice,
Appreciate that.
Thank
Absolutely.
you very much.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Cavaliers. They take on the Pacers on Sunday to kick off their playoff run as the 4th seed. Not a lot of teams have an answer for LeBron. Rondae, you faced LeBron and company 4 times this season. You averaged 17 and 7 in those games, and you got the unenviable assignment of guarding him. What do you think is the key to slowing him down? Because we're never going to say stopping him. We're barely going to say, just a tidge less, just slowing him down.
I would say it's tough. You know, LeBron's phenomenal. It's the best player I played against during my NBA professional career. It's just tough, once LeBron goes into that beast mode, 4th quarter, attack mode, it's like, wow, what do you really do? If he's coming downhill, he's 250, 6'9". It's pretty tough. So I would say the biggest thing is just being aggressive, being confident, knowing you can make things tough for him. It's just really tough at the end of the day.
I went to both of the Nets-Cavs games in Brooklyn this year. You guys beat them once and played them real tough the second time until the very end of the game.
You out.
So
we made a few trips to the Barclays this year, so we checked you out.
We saw you play against the Rockets a bunch of times, but in those games, you guys played the Cavs really well this year.
Yeah.
What was it about? More about them, more about you guys. What was it about that gave you guys a higher level of success against the Cavs than most other teams?
I was just saying not being afraid, not backing down just because LeBron's walking in the building. We were pretty locked in, pretty focused. Coach gave us a game plan. We executed it. That's pretty much what it is. And then me being a defender, man, just leading that with my energy, leading it with stops.
Now, if you're going to beat the Cavs, the other 7 teams, the Cavs are the favorite, even though they're only the 4th seed. What are some of the things, even from a game plan? We saw you guys have some success. What will be the game plan for teams in the East? What do you have to do against the Cavs? Absent of, okay, let's contain LeBron James. What is your coach? What's the message?
Just, be solid. Don't try to do anything extra. Don't try to get out of your lane. Stay focused on the game plan. I feel like that was the biggest message for us, just staying focused on our game plan, executing the plays, screens, getting downhill, and just being aggressive. Sometimes they may not get back in transition defense, just being locked in.
Now, my next question to you is, of the 7 teams in the East, give me a team that you think potentially, if it's Toronto, and why, or if there's someone else that we might not be mentioning. I know a lot of times as a player you watch shows and be like, man, Washington, I believe, going to give someone the ball. In your opinion, who do you think in the East that we might not be talking about might surprise LeBron and the Cavs?
I'll have to definitely go with Toronto. Just the way they're playing has been phenomenal. The guys they have leading them, they've been playing some really good basketball at a high level. And I feel like they come out ready like they've been. I feel like it'll be Toronto.
Well, let's start with this game right here with the Cavs and the Pacers. Who do you like and why?
I'm definitely going to go with the Cavs, just because, first round, LeBron's locked in. I'm sure he put his phone down already, social media.
Zero dark.
Zero dark mode, so I'm definitely going to have to go with Cleveland.
The guy I mentioned off the air and alluded to him here is the key for the Pacers to have a shot, Victor Oladipo.
Yeah.
As another guy that made a big jump in year 2 to 3. For Oladipo, he's a year older in his career, 2 years old, so year 4 to 5. But what's the key, do you think, in his progression, in him going from what people thought was a disappointing number 2 overall pick to a guy who's going to be maybe an all-NBA performer? What's been the key to what he's done this year in your eyes?
I would say he stayed consistent, just as far as him being aggressive, him being their leader, him being focused. You could tell by his approach, and even when we played against him, man, he was locked in. I would, try to throw him off or make a joke or something, and he stayed locked in and focused, and that was pretty surprising for me.
We talk so much about teams that are lacking in a certain area. So if maybe they're not playing, like the Cavs aren't playing great defense, but they're just going to turn it on when the playoffs start, or whatever it is, transition basketball. Talk to me as a player of what that means, of being able to just flip a switch and turn something on that you maybe haven't been doing, like say defense, for example.
I would say it's just what's at stake, what it means the most to you, and it's about winning at the end of the day. And I know you got to win majority of the games in the playoffs to progress and move to the next seed. So they all realize that, they're all grown, and they all hold each other accountable for their play and how they perform. So I feel like that's really what it comes down to, holding each other accountable.
Okay, cool. Rondae, stick around. We got a lot more to talk to you about. Coming up, who's more important to the Warriors? Is it KD? Is it Steph? I don't know. Is it Nick?
We got a
Next
real
up,
basketball
first things
expert.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh, boy.
Shots
Well, I'm
fired.
just saying besides me.
Oh.
Decisions. On the dark web, identity thieves have their pick of personal information. Cheap. And with data breaches on the rise, they can get their hands on even more. But you can protect yourself with Experian. See if your social security number, phone, and email are at risk with a